And hello again, and welcome to this very, very short message. To tell you what, I want to talk a little bit about the software for 503. But first I have to tell you this. 503 is a hands-on course. There are no lectures, all right? What happens in 503 is I give you a problem, and it's the type of problem that you're going to encounter in your other MBA quantitative classes. And you have to solve the problem, and then you will know how to solve the problem and what the problem is used for. All right, so that's the scoop. Now, here's how this is going to work. We're going to be using a software classroom management program, okay? And that program is going to, as I said before, I'm using that program to give you a problem, and then you it will tell you, excuse me, it will immediately tell you, okay, here are the pages that you have to go in the ebook if you don't understand how this problem is or how it works. After you go to the ebook and read it, you come back and you solve the problem. All right, now if you can't solve the problem, then the next thing you do is you say to the software, look, would you please give me a step-by-step procedure how to solve this problem, and it'll do that. Now, if that's not good enough, then what it'll do is it will help you solve the problem through a series of steps. That's another point. Now, if that doesn't work, then what it will do is it will give you a similar problem, and it'll solve that similar problem, and it's just about the same as the problem that you've been assigned, only it might be some different numbers. If that doesn't work, then there's a hotline you can call, and that hotline will give you a human being, and he or she will tell you how to work the problem. Okay, and if all else fails, you can give me a call. Now that's the way that it's going to work for all these, all the problems that you've got in the course. Okay, now you get the software program in about 3 or 4 different ways. Number one, you can go to the bookstore. Now, if you go to the bookstore, you can get the access code that'll get you the software that you need. It looks something like this. All right. And I got to figure out where to put it. Yeah, there we go. So you get it at the bookstore, all right? And this gives you your code. And then when you go to Blackboard, when the course starts, go to Blackboard, click on My Math Lab. It's right there on the side. And then the first thing it'll do is it'll ask you what's your code. And you type that in. That's the last time you have to do it. From then on, you get into it automatically. Now, you can go to the bookstore. That's one way of getting it. Another way of getting it is to go into Blackboard. Now remember, you always have to go through Blackboard. Never go through any website directly. Go through Blackboard or you're going to screw the whole system up. So the second way is you go to Blackboard, okay, and you click on your class, and it brings you to your class, and then you go to My Math Lab, and it'll say, what is your access number? Well, you don't have one. And it says, well, if you don't have one, then we'll sell you one. Okay, so that's another way of getting it. There's also a couple of other ways, but I don't know how they work. I'll only tell you this, that they're legitimate. Then that, by the way, that's a problem too with legitimacy. I'll tell you that in just a second. You can go to Amazon or you can go to Barnes & Noble. All right, I don't know how to do that because I've never had to do it, but they're legitimate sources. What you really want to be careful of is if you see something on eBay or when you're surfing the net and it says, come to Moe's Tavern at 2 a.m. and we'll sell you the access code for $1.50, all right? Well, if you get a bogus one, and that's exactly what's going to happen, then the system won't accept it. Now, once you do this, okay, and you type that in the first time and only the first time, then that's it. From then on, all you do is you go to Blackboard and you click on My Math Lab and you simply work problems. And all of the problems fall under something called Assignment Manager, and they're in your syllabus. So in the syllabus, if I say your first assignment is 1-1, then in My Math Lab it'll say assignment 1-1. And then you go through and you work the problem. Okay, now that's the scoop, and the learning curve is almost zero. So it's going to be extremely simple for you to use the software and use it, so that you have no problem accessing these things and using them. And remember now, this is a very practical course. Don't expect this to be an algebra course. Don't expect it to be a general math course. These are the problems and the types of problems that you're going to be using in your MBA classes. That's what I cover in here, okay? Thanks a lot. More to come later. And by the way, I'm going to have the course access, so you're going to be able to access it on 8/8 on Monday. Okay? Talk to you later. Bye-bye.